Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for coming by if you've been here before, and if you're new, thank you for taking the time to watch and see what I'm working on. So, my name is Hannah, and this is my channel, Hannah Stitching, and you can find me over on Instagram as the MN Stitcher. I don't post over there a ton. I really do need to try and get better about that. So, it is March 27th today, and I was hoping to be able to film this a little bit later than the 27th. I was really hoping for an early April video, but starting tomorrow, my son is on spring break, and so he'll be home, and I won't really have a chance to film unless I want to take all of my stuff downstairs, which I really don't want to do. So, because I have just like a little drawer at the end of the couch where I store all my stuff. And since I'm filming on the couch, it's much easier just to pull it out, throw it on the couch, and when I'm done, stash it away. So, we are doing this today, and I was hoping to, get like some more of my goals completed. So, obviously, I still have a couple of days, so you might just see those goals completed in my next Flosstube, which will probably be end of April, or very beginning of May. So this is going to be my March recap. And I actually have some stats for you today for a couple projects. And just overall stitching stats. I'll grab my book that the cat went and promptly laid on, as they do. So I have the Whip Warriors Cross Stitch Diary that I have been attempting to put most of my stitching into this year, and so far it's gone okay. So I obviously don't have full March totals because, well, I mean, I've still got 4 days of March and hope to get quite a bit more stitching done within the last couple of days to meet the goals that I made. So I didn't talk about that in my last video because I kind of mid-March decided to make some goals. So, some of my goals for this month that I decided to attempt was to get my Zodiac Stitch Along by the Tiny Modernist. I wanted to get the entire frame completed. I wanted to get 25% or higher on Nature's King by something Cavaleris. It's for the Heaven and Earth Stitch Along. So I wanted to get that at 25%. I wanted to get I wanted to get one page completed on Mermaid's Treasure. I wanted to do part 1, actually finally finish part 1 of the Secret Grove Stitch Along by, who was that by? Something Needle-Lot Designs. And I wanted a page on my mini T-Rex attack. So, I got one finished this month, and for week 1, I got around 5,400 stitches. All of these are rough because there was a few projects where I didn't bother to put in my stitch count, or there was a few days or a few times where I just forgot to write down the stitches. So these are kind of just roughly what I got each week. The next week I got about 5,300 stitches, and last week I got 8,629 stitches roughly. So I got a lot of stitching done this month. I'm very pleased with the amount. And like I said, I still have a couple more days to get some stitches in. So I got one finish, and it's actually FFO'd. And then I'm going to insert some pictures of a few other FFOs that I got. So the first one that I did was I did finish the Pride tee. This is the by Pride tee by Bad Stitch. And this was part of a Pride collection from, I think, last year. So I got this one all done. And it's just on a like 14 count green Aida that I dyed myself. So that's that one. I don't remember this is from a older like animal book that I have, and it's just a little green frog. And this was just a little $3 frame that I found at Target, I think last summer. So finished that, and I think it's just on a 14 count blue Aida of some kind. This was another one of the frames that I found from that set, and this is from the Earth Day collection. I believe this is also a Bad Stitch design. Okay, and then let's see here. I fully finished the Deadly Aquarium, which you saw that last month, I believe. And so it is framed and it is hanging in my son's room. So there should be a picture probably over here. And I actually asked my son where I should hang it, if I should put it in my living room or if he wanted it in his room, because I didn't really care where it went. And he had shown a bit of interest in it while I was stitching. He would come over and he would point at the animals and ask me what they were, or he'd be like, oh, shark, or crocodile. So he loves sharks, crocodiles, alligators, dinosaurs, pretty much anything with sharp teeth. He thinks they're totally awesome. So he did say that he wanted that in his room, and I had him help me pick out a frame for it, and so we put it in there. And then the next fully finish, I don't remember if I've already shown it, so I'm just going to put it here anyway, and that is the Floral Portrait by Dimensions. So that is hanging in my living room, and then next to it is the oh, I can't remember what the stitch along was. Femurs and Fungi. Femurs and Fungi stitch along by, oh my goodness, who was that by? See if I can figure it out here, because it is Fine Frog Stitching. It's like, I should know this. So by Fine Frog Stitching. So I have that one fully finished now. And the last one is my Astrology Cat, which was the Haid Stitch Along from last year. And the artist is Ciro Marchetti. And so got that one done. And my husband actually helped me mat that one. He cut the blue mat out for it, and I'm very, very happy with that. We had to do a custom mat a little bit because the edges were a little warped. I have some tension issues. I tend to pull my floss pretty tightly, so unfortunately that seems like it's probably just going to be a problem among a lot of my projects. I'm trying to be good, but yeah. So those are, I think that is everything that I fully finished this month, as well as finished. So let's jump into what I was working on. So this month, Fandom Stitching was doing a Stitchy Madness, and you chose 16 projects, and you'd pit them against each other, I guess. So let's see here. So the first two projects that I did for that one, I guess that's probably going to be the way that I'll go about this for now, was Nature's King. Let's see if I can find all of these. They're kind of just in a random pile here. Let's see, where did that go? I mean, it's here. It's just a matter of what did it end up under. Oh, there it is. So the first one was Nature's King, which, as you might remember, I wanted to get 25% on this month, and I did do that. So oh, I don't have a proper, or wait, no, I can do this. By Carol Cavaleris. So this is the Heaven and Earth Stitch Along. And I am at 7,321 stitches, or 25.41%. And this is where I'm at. I'm doing this on a light blue Aida that I hand dyed. I thought it was going to be a touch more whites, so I wanted to not be stitching a ton of white on white. I mean, I do like it anyways. My only complaint is that I don't know why my camera is acting up here. Hey, you dum-dum. Get. Cat was chewing on some fabric. So so my only complaint with this is, being that it's hand dyed, the holes all shrunk. So it is super tiny. Like I don't know what count. I mean, it's 28 count, but like the holes are so tiny, and I'm doing it 2/110, and sometimes it gets a little hard to get the needle through the hole. So yeah, I'm not loving that. But I'm not restarting or anything, so just kind of rolling with it. So that is where I got on that one, and this one got worked on for the March Stitching Madness once, because Mermaid's Treasure, which it was pitted against, won the round. So Mermaid's Treasure, and Nature's King got approximately 4,061 stitches this month, so not bad. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to, this piece of hair back here is just really annoying. Sorry. So I guess I'll just kind of go with my plans as I'm talking about each project. So Nature's King, the next release should be the beginning of April. So once that is released, I'm going to decide how much I want to put into it. 6 pages is going to be like the minimum that I want to get in, but ideally I would kind of like to finish it. So I know I'm already super behind and it's going to be a bit of a push to get caught up. So once that's released, I'll kind of decide how many stitches a month I need to get to where, you know, I need to be. All right, next is a Mermaid's Treasure Max Color artwork by Amy Stewart. There's this one here, and I am actually working over in this area here. So my goal for this month was a page. I am almost done with the page. I think I should be able to get the page done probably in the next day or two here. So this is where I'm at. So I am working in this page here, and right about here is the bottom of the page. So this is a partial page right here. So I finished off this partial page. There's like 2 stitches down here that I need to get. I'm not sure if I have the floss or not. I went floss shopping on Monday and I maybe got it, but they may have also been out. Otherwise, all of this here is 939, and then, so I can bring this a little bit closer, there's some confetti stitches in here to finish off that crystal. So, some stitches have been brought over into this page here as I've been working, just, you know, finishing off like this crystal here and working on that one there. So that's where I'm at. I'm also gonna try, there's like some confetti stitches in here and a little bit here that I might try and go back and get. So I think some of those were just colors that I didn't have at the time. But yeah, I think I will be able to get that page finish. And with that, that puts this one at 5.81% and a total of 26,609 stitches. So I am trying to decide, once I finish this page, what I want to do for this in April. This is not my focus, but I'm trying to put a heavier focus on this year because it is big. It is 457,600 stitches. And I think this is my like 3rd year of it. So I really want to, you know, actually get somewhere with this. So I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to come in and finish this page here. It would be a relatively easy finish. I mean, there's a decent amount of like confetti in here, but I mean, as you can see, like I think over here is the edge of the page. So like, there's not a ton left. I've also thought about going in here and trying to find the chandelier. But what I'm kind of leaning towards is working down and going and finding the treasure chest and some of this water. I think that might be what I do because I would love to stitch in, you know, some blues and stuff. I'll have to deal with some reds and stuff more in here, but I think that's kind of what I want to do. My overall plan is to like have this all stitched, and I want to save her and the seal for last. And she's the only other one I have number 4. And so far I've gotten about 6,513 stitches. I know there was a day, maybe even 2, that I forgot to write down stitches for her. So yeah, very happy. I'm really hopeful that I will get some really good progress on her this year. All right, so the next 2 that I pitted against each other was my mini boho Seaside View And if I didn't say that Mermaid's Treasure won, that actually won like the next 3. So I only beat it out yesterday with one of my projects. So that one got a lot of work just for that event, on top of me just working a ton on it. So this is Mini Boho Seaside View by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth. And this is my leap year stitch along, or stitch, not stitch along, like stitch. So my goal is to have it finished by the next leap year. So by the end of this year, my goal is 50%. There's a needle. I thought the needle ran away from me. So this is where I'm at. So there is some big mess up in here. So I have been working down and then back up to see what I can fix in this. Because I'm doing my best to not frog as much of it as possible. This is currently at 7.4% with 5,310 stitches. And my goal, I did do some math, and I need to do 2,609 stitches, I believe, a month to get it to 50%. So that'll be my goal for April, is 2,609 stitches. This month, I think it only got like 1,000 or so. She didn't get very much. My math for that, though, was starting with next month. So based on where it was now. Okay. And pitted against this one was Walk as One. Walk as One is a stocking that I am doing for Merlin. And my goal for the year is to get it to 50%. So that's this one here. And the artist is Jody Bergsma, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth. This one also was my like focus piece for Whip Warriors. Yeah, Whip Warriors. It was my focus piece. So I'm not sure how many stitches. I think I got 1,000 some stitches on it this month, if I recall. And this is where it's at. So this one I am working row by row. Obviously, as you can see, I carry down, but that's where it's at. My goal for this one, to get this one to 50% by the end of the year, I needed 4,500 stitches a month. So we are going to be attempting to put in significantly more stitches into this each month to try and get it to 50%. And between these two, Boho Seaside won, and then that was pitted up against Mermaid, and Mermaid won. Next was my Bengal Tiger. Also, I worked on all but 3 of my projects this month, so I'd say that's pretty good. So this is from an old Just Cross Stitch magazine. And the designer is Mary Ellen Yannick. And it's going to look like this. And it is being stitched on, I think, is this a think it's an 18 count green Ada that I dyed myself. And that's where I got. You may have seen, I think I showed this last month. I did throw in like another 100-ish or so stitches into it since you saw it last, so. Yeah, not a ton more progress, but some. And I have no plans for this project. All right, and then this one was put up against Aphrodite by Mirabilia. So that's this one here. And I am doing her on, I believe, a 16 count Ada that I dyed. And this is where she's at. So I worked up in here and finished like filling out some of these greens. And then I worked also a little bit down in the shell. So she did win out against the Bengal tiger, so she got stitched on for 2 days, or 2 times. I did my stitching, I think I gave them each like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So yeah, she went out against the Bengal tiger. Okay, and then I worked on the Secret Grove Stitch Along by Need a Lot Designs. I believe the next part comes out tomorrow, actually. So this is what has been released so far. And I'm stitching mine on a 18 count Gorgeous Grape by Bestitch Me. And my goal for this month for this was to finish part 1 because I still haven't done that. So this is where I'm at. And I am almost done with part 1. So I have to finish filling in the moon and clouds. And there's a few spots like right there and and down in there of the tree that I have to finish filling in. So that's where I'm at. My goal for this, I did give myself a goal for next month for this, is I want to try and do, I think, 2 sections. So I think, because I need a break from the tree, I'm going to come in and I'm going to finish up the lantern, do those thingies there, come down to the owl and do the owl. And I also would like to try and get maybe the pocket watch and the feather. And then just kind of go from there. But I feel like that's a pretty good goal. The owl is fairly dense, so. And I am currently, with what's released, I am 23.20% done. So I would like to make sure that this gets done this year. I don't want it to linger. I know I'm behind, but I still think it's, you know, doable to get it done this year. All right. So then this was pitted up against Aphrodite and this one. And then it was pitted up against Mermaid's Treasure and it won. So this will be coming out at least one more time. in the next, actually, yeah, it'll come out in about 3 days, I think. So on Sunday. So that should be enough to, you know, hopefully finish off at least part 1. And yeah. Then I worked on my parakeets. So these guys here by Cross My Heart. These did not get a ton. I want to say, I don't know, maybe 100 some stitches. But that's where it's at. Any amount of stitches is better than none. So I mostly worked in the beak, and then I think I was just doing a little bit more fill-in. So yeah. And this is on Luna Moth 18 count by Bestitch Me. I really like this, but it is a lot of blends and it's pretty but tedious. So, you know, throwing in a couple hundred stitches here and there is perfect for that one. And oh, so that one is actually pitted against Secret Grove, and obviously Secret Grove won. Next, I put my We Believe and Zodiac together. Zodiac was the first one. And as I mentioned, my goal was to finish the frame on this one. And I did. So the frame is completely done. I actually just finished this morning. Oh, and it's upside down. Sorry. I'm looking at it through the fabric, so it took me a moment. So that's where I'm at. I am very happy that the frame is done. So I am working to complete this one. I just haven't quite decided how much work I want to put into it next month. Originally, I was thinking about doing like just one of the like circles a month, but that would take 4 to 5 months, and that's too much. I want it done sooner. So I think I'm just going to work on it as much as I can stand next month and see where I get. This is going away until April though, because I'm sick of it. Yeah, I need a couple days break. So it'll come out early April, and I'm gonna see where I get. I'm going to force myself to work on it because I am so close. I just don't know how much. At minimum, I want one section done, but we'll see. So then this is pitted up against We Believe. And there should have been pictures and all that for Zodiac, because I don't have a full picture for it. So then I worked on We Believe by the Notorious Needle. This one is also being treated as a stitch along because that is how it started. I have most of Kindness is Everything. I think I just don't have that flower down there if I recall. And I am working on the Science is Real section. So. Binder. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm just on a, I think 18 count white data. So if I have the time, I would like to finish this section this month. Mermaid's Treasure is going to be prioritized. But then, yeah, I would like to try and finish the Science is Real section. I would like to do probably another 1 to 2 sections of this next month, depending on the sections I pick and how long they take, because this will, after Zodiac, this will take over as probably the stitch along to try and get finished. So far, there is nothing to replace Zodiac. There's no stitch alongs that I want to join, so most likely if I do finish Zodiac next month or in the following month, unless something pops up, I will just be grabbing another stitch along from my very long list of uncompleted stitch alongs. But we're not going to talk about that. So, Zodiac ended up winning between those two. And then I had 2 more Hades that I worked on. So my Faces of Fairy ended up coming out, which I was very excited about because I haven't worked on that one yet this year. So this one is going to be Faces of Fairy by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And it is this one here. She is quite small. And I'm doing her on a random 28 count that I got from Joann's, I believe. And that's where she is. She only got a few hundred half stitches. I worked up in here and then down in here. She is at 19.81%, with 9,941 stitches out of 50,175 stitches. So she is definitely on the smaller side for a Heaven and Earth. I don't have any plans for her next month, but I think I would like to try and pull her out once or twice just to put in a few hundred stitches. My goal for her this year is a page. So, and that's just finishing the page that I have started. It's like, I believe right about here is the cutoff for this page. And so then this is all in page 2. So once I finish a page on her, if I finish a page on her this year, that just means that she would get swapped out and I would spin the wheel for a different project. All right, so then that one was put up against my Stormy Serenade. Stormy Serenade was my birthday start for last year. This one is also my biggest Heaven and Earth. She is huge. And the background drives me nuts because it is a checkerboard of 939 and 310. I'm not sure what the point of that is, and honestly, I thought about just making it all 310 because lazy. But I'm not. Artwork is by Annie Stagg. And I really need to make her a project bag because she doesn't have one currently. So that's where I'm at. So this, I did get to start some green. And this one is actually coming out today. So obviously this one against the Faces Against Fairy. Or Faces of Fairy. This one won, and then this one was pitted up against Zodiac and won. So this one comes out today. Again, I'm only aiming for a page finish on that. I currently have 1,941 stitches out of 577,125 stitches. And I'm at 0.34%. So my goal is a page this year. All right, next was my flying dragon, which I will just insert a picture here of. The artwork is by Anne Stokes, yeah. And I believe this only got worked on once, but this is where I'm at. And this is on a, I think, 18 count dyed fabric that I dyed myself. So I actually came in and went down here. So this is actually going to be part of the tail. I know, it doesn't look like much yet. It's very slow going, but that's okay. Some of these, you know, I'm not in a huge rush. So it's just, we'll see where they're at by the end of the year and go from there. The thing I'm really liking about my like having 25 projects that I'm working on throughout the year is, one, things are actually getting finished. If I wasn't doing this, Zodiac would probably still be sitting dying in my stash, so that's really nice. And you know, a lot of these projects are actually slowly getting progress as I'm working on them, instead of, you know, trying to decide between, what was it, like 100 some whips. I'm deciding between 25. So that means, you know, the ones that are out are getting progress. Yes, I have a bunch of other whips sitting there, but hopefully some more of them will, you know, make it out this year as stuff gets finished, as pages get finished. And then I think next year I'm going to do the same thing, but with a whole different set of whips, mostly. All right, Flying Dragon was then pitted against Grogu. It's just, this set is just called Star Wars, but I mean, it's Grogu, so. And this is by Nikki Patterns on Etsy. I'm doing this one. Mando has already been completed. So this one I'm definitely going to be working towards a finish on this year so that I can put him up next to Mando when I'm done. So this is where he got to. He got a lot of work. So we started to get a sleeve, and we got one of his tiny little hands. This is on a Wonderland hand-dyed fabric, 16 count Aida. So yeah, very happy with this one and how much work it has got. I'm gonna try and put a few hundred in next month. Just enough to keep progress going on it. I don't anticipate a finish anytime soon, but I am going to try very hard to actually finish it this year. So that one is pitted against Flying Dragon, and he won, so he got two days of stitching. Next is Infinity Color. If you dislike nudity, you will probably want to turn away. And this is by Easy Cross Stitch PDF on Etsy. So I'm going to show the picture now. And if you turned away, you can look now. As there is not much to show on the actual fabric. So, yeah. Oh, like this. Gotta remember that. I guess there is a nude mushroom girl needle minder on this one, so that's where I got a needle minder because it's cute. So yeah. just working on the filling in of that. And this one was pitted against Want a Piece of Me by Mama Witch X Stitch. This was a freebie that she had on her Facebook page once upon a time. This is where I got to. Yeah, I have gotten a lot done. So, I have worked in the barrel, a little bit in here, a little bit over here, and working on the legs, and this is the start of the boot. A little bit more leg there. This one will actually be coming out tomorrow, so we're gonna see. So then after this beat Infinity Color, this went up against Grogu, and that one won. So this is actually tomorrow's. This is gonna go up against Stormy Serenade. And I don't know if I'll finish it this month, but I think I'm gonna try pretty hard to get this finished next month. Let's see if I can do this here. I mean, you can see, like, there's not a lot left. I have the bottle, the apple, a little bit of that, the boots, and then this. Like, there's not a lot. So I think this would be a relatively quick and easy finish for next month. So I think I'm gonna try to finish that in April. This one has also been lingering for a while. For a while there, I was only working on it on like Thanksgiving. So yeah. All right, so that is everything that I worked on for the March Stitchy Madness. And then I have just a few other random things that I worked on for other various reasons. I was doing categories and I needed something that started with an S. That was like an animal. So I decided to work on Beach Rat by the Artsy Housewife. So I'm doing this one. This was a StitchCon start and will hopefully be a StitchCon finish. I am doing this version here though. I'm not adding the letters. I think I put in like 200-ish stitches yesterday, and I do not know what this fabric is. So this is where I'm at. As you can see, I'm very much steered away from the fabric color and went with this really pretty dark blue. Also so because I kitted this up at StitchCon, they didn't have the like correct colored flosses for it. So I am using Sap by M&M's, Almond M&M's, which I think is this here. Yes, it is a mess. We're not judging me for it. And I am using, I thought I had a different one I was using maybe. Oh, no, I'm just using Sap. I think I'm fussy cutting maybe to some degree for it. Yeah, that must be what I'm doing. For the leaves, because I said they didn't have what I wanted, so I changed it. And I tried to go with like I felt like it just kind of reminded me of like a beach, like beachy greens like you'd find in like the seaweed and stuff, or like along the shoreline. So that's what I went with. And it is in this amazing bag from Erin that Erin made from the Hathaway the Hathaway sisters, Stitchers, that I got at StitchCon. So I love it. All right. And then I worked on my Tree of Life by Mill Hill. This one didn't get a ton, but I do feel like the progress is noticeable. So I worked up in here. This was also a StitchCon start. I went to my friend's house and I needed something easy because I knew I'd be super tired when I stitched on it. All right. Then there's a group of us who meet up once a month, the last or second to last Monday of the month. We're these like South Minneapolis Stitchers or something like that. And last year I had brought my mini Viking Beauty and kind of focused on that. And I decided that this year I needed to pick a new focus piece out of, the stuff I was working on. And I decided to do my Dimensions Gold Collection Aurora Cabin. This one does not get a ton of stitches usually, so I decided that it was time and that the, hopefully once a month stitching that I do there would help me get some decent progress on it this year. I am using the kit fabric and floss, and this is where I'm at. So I did actually make some really good progress. I got some stuff in the sky, and then I started doing some stuff over here. So I'm actually really happy with how far I got. I did not count the stitches on this. This was just, again, another example of me not counting because I didn't want to. This is supposed to be a leisurely time to just sit and stitch and chat. So I didn't want to take the time to count. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And hopefully I'll be able to make it to April's stitching meetup and it'll get more work done. All right. This is the last head that I worked on. This is Mini T-Rex Attack, Max Color. Artwork is by David Penfound. I had wanted to do a finish on this year. It's not very big. I don't know if I will still, but I'm still gonna attempt. We're still gonna say I'm gonna try. I am at 14.65% or 9,159 stitches out of 62,500. And that's where I'm at. So, as you can see, this is the T-Rex's jaws. There is a few missing stitches in here. I had to go and get colors. I did that on Monday. So I hopefully this weekend can get those figured out and hopefully finish filling in these missing colors and some of the missing colors that are down here to complete the page. I, as of right now, am considering this page complete because I didn't think I'd get to go get the colors. So, April, I'm going to start focusing on this page here and the Brachiosaurus. I think, let's see. I'm pretty sure this is a Brachiosaurus. So working on this. And then it looks like there's probably some, another Brachiosaurus back in here. It looks like there's gonna be a Parasaur down here and what I'm thinking are Myosaurs. So I'm going to start working on those. And, you know, I'm very curious to see how they look. So there's going to be a little bit more sky down in here, but then there's just going to be like kind of the herd of dinosaurs. And then there's like a partial page down here, which if by some miracle I manage to get all that, then I'll start down there too. This is kind of confetti hell though, so we'll see. It is definitely slow going. I am not joking when I say that there was probably 50 colors just in this small section of his like mouth, and just his mouth, and even up here. I mean, it was so much confetti, which is a little bit why I'm not going over here to finish out his face, because I don't want to. I would like to go do the Brachiosaurus and work down, and then I'll come back up and go back down. So that is where I'm at on that, and my goal for that. Hopefully I can get another page done this month, or in April. That'd be really cool. Gotta put this in just right. There's 250 colors, I believe. So I have 2 boxes of floss in here. And I have to put it in just right in order to get it to close. All right. Need to stretch my leg out. This is my 2025 bookshelf. This is like charted by me. And this is my, like, I did one of these last year. Oh, I forgot to take a picture of that. Oh well. So I do have a picture. This is not complete. Like, stuff is still going to be added as I go. But that's what I have so far. So I have my 2 cats, my dog sitting on the ground, and a few like random knickknacks that I have like planned out for this. So that's kind of what gets added is, you know, I'll go back and, you know, figure out the drafting of, you know, random objects for this based on the books that I read. So I have a dragon up here for my reading of the Fourth Wing series, or the Empyrean series. So Fourth Wing, Onyx Storm, and Iron Flame. Totally said that in the wrong order, but whatever. As of right now, I have added like, you know, some trim and like some like wallpapery type stuff just to kind of fill it in a little bit. We have a plant, and then we got an itty bitty little dinosaur that knocked over some books. My goal for this year is to read 100 books. And I have, as of this morning, I have finished 43 books. So, I'm on a roll. That is where I'm at. My books are nearly updated. I finished one audiobook this morning, so I'll have to add that. Yeah. So, each different color is a different genre. So I know that the dark purple there is fantasy. Let's see. We have fantasy, we have science fiction. I don't think I have any thrillers in here. I think I have some rom-coms, maybe. Let's see. Some dark romances, monster romance. Some historical romances. And romantasy. And I think some queer romance in there. So that's where I'm at with that. I have started like backstitching in there, but I didn't quite make it over here yet because I need to finish filling in this in with the books, and then we'll come back over here and start there. And then Rin will get stitched in here, and then more books over on this side. So far, that's where I'm at. And I'm doing this on a Stitch Me Aventurine 18 count. I do wish I would have maybe made this slightly bigger. Like, sometimes I'm like, man, this would be nice if it was slightly bigger, but also it's kind of nice that it's really easy to stitch. I mean, the books are no more than what? Like, I think 14 stitches. So any books over 400 pages get like 2 rows. So they're like a thicker book. And then any book smaller than that is just a single like row. Let's see, what else? What did I read this month of note? I read Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton. That was so good. That was a 5-star read for sure. I love the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World series of movies, so I really enjoyed the book. Yeah, I loved it. Definitely some differences from the movie, but I mean, there always is. I did go into it expecting it to be different, and you know, it was. This morning I finished When the Moon Hatched. That one was really good. I had read I think up to chapter 13 of the physical book, and then I decided to do the audiobook, and yeah, I was able to actually get through it that way. I read the 3rd Bridgerton book. I forget what it's called, but it was the last, like, the one with Penelope. So the last, like, one of, like, the Netflix series. I think it did book 3, so I finished that one. So I've read the first 3 Bridgertons, and then I accidentally read, like, a prequel Bridgerton, and that one was really good. I really enjoyed that one. She is, like, the cousin of, like, I think she's the cousin of, like, the main Bridgerton family, but she is more along the lines of, I think, Violet's age. So I think she'd be like, I think she's probably like an aunt or something to like all the Bridgerton kids, something like that. But she gets kidnapped and brought onto a pirate ship, who is, or it's not a pirate ship, it's like, he works for the crown, but like, she thinks it's a pirate ship at first. But anyway, he's some wealthy dude, and yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed that one. Let's see, what else did I read? Trying to think if there's anything of note, really. Unremarkably Bright Creatures. I'll try to put pictures in of these books because I don't remember who the author is. I really liked that one. It follows a couple of characters. So there's an older woman who does like cleaning at an aquarium. The octopus. So there's an octopus, and it like somebody narrates him and like his thoughts and stuff. And then there is a young man who is on a journey to find his family. And the octopus narration was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, it was really cute. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave that one 5 stars even. Like, I would definitely recommend reading. I'm not very good about telling you what a book is about because honestly, I read it and it just kind of whoop. So, like, I remember the feelings that books give me. So, like, unless I just read it, like, my memory of the book is typically, like, the feeling. And I just remember, like, I remember like little bits and pieces, but I just remember it made me feel good. So I really liked that. So, yep, so this might get a little bit more work done this month because I've still got to add When the Moon Hatched. And hopefully I finish another book or two before the end here. All right, so that is everything that I stitched on. I did finish the Pride tee, so that means that I got to spin for another project, and that project is the Good Souls Moon. This was a 30 for 30 start last year. And I'm just using Kit Everything, and I believe it's like a wool acrylic. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully I'll get to work on it a little bit this month. I love it though, it's so cute. And it says, I weave sweet dreams. All right, so that is everything that I worked on. My new project. Yeah. So we'll see where I get to by end of next month. Hopefully there'll be a lot of progress on a few projects. So thank you for watching. Even if you made it this far, thank you so much, and hope to see you again next month. Bye.